Saint Francis of Assisi presents Francis Goes to War.
It's wonderful to be back home among friends.
Spending an entire year in a Perugian prison must have been horrible.
Horrible, yes. I thought I'd never leave.
Well, put that behind you, friend. You're home now, so have a drink and just forget about it.
I offer a toast in our honor and the honor of all the knights. We would have been victorious in battle if it hadn't been for that Perugian trap. The Assisians were winning the day until we encountered the treachery of Perugia.
Do you mean you intend to attack them again?
Of course, I'm a knight. Wherever there is an enemy and a battle to fight, my sword will be raised in service.
And do you think your father will let you? You owe him your life, Francis.
My father will need to learn that not all men are born to be merchants. Walter of Brienne in Puglia is in need of swords, and so he shall have mine. And when Emperor Frederick summons knights for his new crusade, no one will stop me from fighting under his banner.
But the Emperor is just a child.
That may be, but if he calls for a crusade, then I swear an oath to fight at his side.
If you do that, then who's going to marry Elisa?
If Elisa waits for me, then I will.
And if she doesn't, it will be Bernard.
Enough of this silliness. You are all my friends. And wherever I go, whatever I do, you'll always be close.
I'm so hungry. Oh, I'm so hungry, sir. Can you please help me? I'm so very hungry.
Huh?
Oh, please.
What are you doing, Francis? We still have a long journey ahead of us, and it will soon be dark. I don't think it's necessary for us to stop for...
Starving to death. Please.
We need to be going, sir.
Please help me.
Can't you see this poor leper needs us? He's starving.
It would be more kind to let him have an end to his suffering.
Thank you.
I wish I could do more for you, but at the moment, this is all I have.
Your reward shall be in heaven, Sir Knight.
For right now, it's enough for you to eat. What is your name?
Gabriel, I am so afraid of dying.
Oh. Brother Gabriel. You have the name of an angel. Huh. Huh.
We'll make camp here and set out again in the morning.
But I am a knight. I was born to fight for a cause.
Then fight for my cause.
Who are you? How can I serve you? Take off your mask, I beg of you.
Return to your home and serve me, Francis. You have been called. We shall speak again.
Huh? Sir, where are you going?
I've never seen more starving people in Assisi all my life. It's this war. It makes the rich richer, but only brings famine to the poor.
I'm hungry. Give me some food.
We're starving.
We have no food. My baby's dying.
Please, give us some food.
Help us. We're starving.
Dear.
Don't be
I'm
praised.
so
Thank you.
hungry.
Thanks, everyone. I have
Praise
enough
the
for all
Lord.
of you.
Thank
This
you.
is for you.
Thank you for the soup, good lady. You're an angel.
Thank you, dear
Thank
lady.
you, good
Thank
ladies.
you so
You've
much.
saved us tonight.
Let me offer a toast to our newfound wealth. Finally, we have enough to live in peace and prosperity.
Won't you please tell us about your time in prison?
He'll just tell you about how he prayed for his father to pay his ransom. But I would have thought of nothing but your beauty, milady. Huh?
Another day has passed, but I hope someone will come to free us.
I've come to a point where I no longer care. Here inside this prison, I've come to find a friend who is looking for me.
What are you talking about? There's only the two of us here.
I've met Jesus of Nazareth. He came to me in my dreams. He told me to fight for him, and so I've become his knight. Before reading this book, I didn't know a thing about him, but now I feel I've always known him.
And then when he came to talk to you, what did he say?
He told me to sell all of my worldly possessions and give the proceeds to the poor.
This prison has driven you insane.
I propose that the first dance of our ball goes to our finest dancer, Francis Giovanni.
Would you care for a dance, milady?
This is the life I love, music and romance.
That's not a life I can share with you, Alicia. I have another love.
Unbelievable. I do not begin to know what to do with that boy.
What is it, Peter? Tell me.
Nothing. Nothing new at any rate.
Then what's gotten you so upset?
I've given him the life of a prince. But one day he's sad and gloomy like a dog, and the next day he's laughing and dancing with girls.
Then he's getting better, right? He's getting back to normal.
Yes, but this morning he was all sad and gloomy again.
Peter, remember, Francis has always been a good son.
But now I'm just ashamed of him. He sits in the street eating with the poor.
He's always been a little odd.
Sometimes he walks around town dressed like he's a filthy beggar. It's just not right, Peter.
One day he'll understand there are rich and poor, and each has their place.
Francis, we're a little bit worried about you. Huh?
So have you all come here to spy on me? You might as well help me work.
We were sent to bring you home by your father.
In fact, he was the one who told us we'd be able to find you here.
He must have said lots of
He
things.
said that if you don't come home right now and beg for his forgiveness, he'll disown you. He was very angry.
Then it's a good thing I want nothing from him. Besides, I have a lot of work to do here. Come on. I'll show you. That crucifix is the reason that I'm here. I speak to him. and he speaks to me. I've spent the entire day speaking with him.
Huh? You mean to tell us that crucifix actually speaks to you?
Yes, but only when he has something to tell me.
What are you trying to say, Francis? Have you lost your mind?
The Lord has called me by my name. How could I not answer him? I saw his lips move. I saw his head bleed. I couldn't look away. I realize it must sound completely insane to you.
More than insane, it's hard to believe, Francis. You worry me.
They don't believe me, Lord. They don't have faith.
Francis. Francis.
Are you calling me, Lord? What can I do?
Francis, can't you see that my house is falling into ruins? You should not be afraid. Listen to me, Francis.
Yes, my Lord. Tell me what to do, and I will listen.
Repair my house that is in ruins, Francis. Repair it.
I will obey you, my Lord.
Do not let my house fall, Francis. You must repair it.
Of course, my Lord. I will obey your will.
They say he's locked in a cell in his home.
Seriously, Peter is locked up
blame
his
it on
son.
the Perugian
He
prison.
thinks Francis has gone insane.
Children should honor their parents.
Peter, how can you do this to our son?
I don't have a son. I never had a son named Francis. All he has to do is beg for my forgiveness. Otherwise, he can rot in that cell for the rest of his life.
Good morning, Sir Peter. His Eminence has been waiting for you.
You go to church and pray, and don't you move until I send for you. You wait here.
Do you keep him locked up in the dark?
No, he has plenty of light, and I serve him 3 hot meals a day.
Ah, such a loving father. You are one of the most foolish men I've ever known.
I didn't come here to be insulted. I've given too much gold and precious fabrics to the church to be criticized.
Everyone knows you are one of the richest men in the city, therefore you should be the most generous. What do you want from us?
I want you to talk with my son, Francis. I want you to scold him and remind him that it is the Lord's commandment that he should honor his father. He's breaking God's laws.
I don't think Francis needs to be reminded of God's law.
I'm not asking a lot of the church. Just instruct my son to be appropriate.
Do you think his behavior is somehow hurting you, Peter?
Of course it hurts me. Francis is doing things that make me ashamed to be his father.
In God's law it is also written, I am your God and you will have no other God before me. You are only your son's earthly father, but if God speaks to him, he must be obedient to God.
I think you're even crazier than my son. Good day, Bishop.
We haven't much time.
Thank you very much, Mother.
Hurry, get out of here before your father arrives. I've already packed your bags.
Thank you, Mother. I'll always love you. Father will be very angry at you for doing this. What are you going to do?
I'll handle your father. What you do now is in God's hands.
Yes, Mother, yes. And what you have done is His will also. Until we meet again.
Until then, my son.
For goodness sake, Francis, let's go home. Don't you realize this is a camp for lepers?
Realize that these people are also God's children. In God's love we find our own.
Let's get out of here, Francis.
So let's all laugh and sing. For the glory of our King is His love for all His children.
Please, Francis, if you keep singing, they're going to hear you.
There is no misery in His love, no, none. I've brought you all some food. Enjoy.
Our disease lives in the air around us and enters through the mouth. It's very contagious. You may go if you wish.
And 2 more bags of dried beans.
Who is providing us with all this food?
Don't worry. Consider them to be gifts of the Lord.
Then let us praise His holy name.
Francis! Francis, wake up! Your father and your brother are coming here with their servants, dogs, and clubs. You must leave here at once!
I'm not afraid of the servants or the dogs. They are my friends. My father and brother are another matter.
We'll show that no-good Francis!
You, where is Francis? We know he's been hiding here.
He was here all night. Yeah. Now he's gone.
If he comes back, tell him that when I find him, I'm going to skin him alive.
Francis is a good son, sir. But no matter. If he returns, I'm sure we can convince him to go back to you. He means you no harm or shame. But his first obedience is to God.
And he not only ran away from home like a common thief, but if that weren't enough, he upset his mother by selling his horse and all his clothing.
But now I have returned to you, and I'm willing to listen.
Oh, really? Well, you're going to have to do more than just listen.
Look, Father,
Don't you interrupt me! I proclaim that I no longer have 2 sons, but only 1. I disown you because I am ashamed. Because here in Assisi, people who betray their families are like traitors to the motherland. If you insist on living like a beggar, then you can just go out and beg.
And that's exactly what I'll do, Father. I will ask for alms for me and for all the poor of the land. I'll be like Jesus our Lord. There is more than enough money here in this bag from the sale of the horse and clothing to suit my purpose.
You say you want to beg the rest of your life, my one-time son, but you could have chosen wealth. Why do you choose poverty?
Because he told me to sell everything you have, give the proceeds to the poor, and come follow me.
He who? Who told you all this nonsense? Who's this madman you wish to follow?
Jesus spoke to me, Father. Jesus, my God, and your God as well.
You're calling your fevered dreams our Lord Jesus Christ?
Yes, Sir Peter. It was Jesus who actually said this.
Yes, maybe that's what he said, but no one has ever been crazy enough to actually go ahead and do it.
Well, I intend to follow his words, Father.
You can't speak like that to your father. Haven't you heard a single word I've been saying? You must renounce everything, lose your inheritance, and never darken my doorstep again. Disobey your father, you disobey God.
Do not take his name in vain, merchant. Instead, why don't you take a close look at the deeds of your son?
I give it all up. As you wish.
Oh, no, no!
Thank you for bringing me poverty. You have brought me happiness.
That's enough. Now go! You have gotten all from me that you have requested.
I have returned to live among you.
But here you run the risk of dying, my brother. You will certainly become diseased, like us.
Allow me to carry your burden. Drink your fill. I will fetch water for you all.
But why? You're a wealthy man who could be enjoying great meals and a comfortable life.
I am no longer rich. I have come here to serve you.
Why serve us?
Because in serving you, I would serve Jesus. Look, that man over there is Jesus, and you're also Jesus. That's why I will serve. Anything you do to one of them, you also do to me. Those are his words. He didn't mean everyone else. He also meant the poor.
The Crusaders! Those are Crusaders! They're going to war! They're going to the Holy Land! Those are the Crusaders!
To Jerusalem! To the Holy Land! I didn't have this horrible disease, I would be marching with them to Jerusalem. And you? Why aren't you going? In Jerusalem, you could fight for the glory of Christ as one of his knights.
Hey! Let's all pretend we're crusaders who are going to fight in the Holy
Run away,
Land!
coward!
I'm stronger than you, and I will kill you for being an infidel! Now submit! Okay. My steed!
Hooray for Francis!
My brother, you're right, but there's no need to go that far.
I don't get it. What is a knight without a sword or without a horse?
That's the answer. I am his knight without a sword and without a horse. Christ is here. His glory is here.